Andrew, my lower back gets sore when I sit for long hours. What do you think is going on there?
Well, there are a couple of reasons why that lower back is hurting when you're sitting for too long. The major thing is because when you're sitting for too long, your pelvis is in a tilted position. Because of that tilt, it's making your lower back and your hips more stretched and more weaker. So as you continue sitting for that too long, your back will get a lot of that pressure being built up, especially when the tightness is happening in the front as well. The best thing for you to do is, as soon as you sit there for, it could be for 10, 20 minutes or even half hour or up to an hour, you want to get up and start walking around instead of continue sitting on somewhere. The more you break that cycle, as in you're not sitting for too long, you're getting up right away and you start walking around, it could be back and forth like this. It's just as simple as that. And you can sit right back down because you're changing your brain's perception to that pain. Secondary is crossing your legs may not be a good idea sitting, especially if you have that pain there, because this is actually making the muscle more stretched out now, impinging it as I'm sitting. So this is when people talk about sciatica pain, I feel numbness shooting down because I'm actually, as I'm sitting like this, I'm actually impinging one of the nerves down below. It's best to sit more where both of your legs is touching the floor, your foot is touching the floor, your knees are almost parallel, and that's the proper position. And of course, you're sitting upright, so then you're not slouching, because slouching will then also impinges the nerve and making your hip muscle more weaker. You're sitting upright, so both your feet is touching to the ground, touching the floor. You're sitting upright, so your back is straight, it's not slouch, and that would be the preferred position. And then depending on the desk area, you might want to have the desk more, you're either sitting more closer or backwards depending on the level of the desk, and your arm is more in the parallel position like an L shape, like where my elbows and my arms are. So then your arms are not too high or too low, it's not doing this or doing this, it's strictly like a parallel shape between the whole body. So once you're doing that, if you're sitting, again, you're sitting for hours because of your line of work, then you want to get up at least once an hour to break that cycle. And that getting up, it could be as simple as just standing up, shake your legs 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and then you can sit back right down. It's just to break the brain pattern so then it doesn't get overly adapted to this prolonged position. So it thinks that this is normal. But if you keep doing this, then it thinks this is normal, then it's going to lock up certain joints, it's going to tighten up certain areas because it thinks that this is the proper position. And then it will think that, oh, this is the proper position and also why this muscle is getting more weaker. Don't need to, because there's no such thing as proper posture per se, but it's more about proper posture for you for what you are doing. So if you're in a sitting position, this would be the proper posture. But for someone that is not in a prolonged sitting position for their line of work, then it's not necessary to always be in this kind of position all the time. They can sit back, they can sit lean all the way back, and that's going to be okay as well, as long as they're not prolonged in that position. Ergonomic chairs are designed for folks that are sitting in a prolonged position for too long. So they work based on that, but for an average Joe that does not require sitting for too long, like a computer work or something like that, or they're just sitting there to study for about maybe half hour, it's not necessary to invest into an ergonomic chair. But if someone works in a computer setting, IT, programming, things like that, then it would be better for them to get an ergonomic chair because they're going to be prolonged sitting. If you're in a prolonged position job, IT, computer program, things like that, or office working, you're going to be staring at a computer screen for hours. What you want is the screen you're looking at, the middle point of that screen should be where your eye level is. So if this to be the screen might be a 14 or 15 inch size, then the middle point of that screen is where my pupil eye is, and then point straight at it is right in the middle, so that would be my proper positioning. But if the screen is lower where my eyes are looking below that midpoint, then that is too low. So when I do that, I might have to tilt my neck to look properly. or I might have to change my slouching position to really look into the center of the screen. So your body naturally will do that because looking at this way is not comfortable, but slouching to look at the center is more comfortable. So your body will know that and it will change to adapt to whatever this is. So that's why it's better to sit upright, tilt your screen high, because as soon as you slouch, it's not comfortable for your eyes to see, and therefore it makes you want to sit upright to look at it properly.